Heat is on again today. Temperatures in the triple digits, 100-degree plus weather up to 125 degrees in some areas of the deserts. Thunderstorms as well. It's that time of year, summertime weather, monsoon season as well for Arizona. Now through the midsection of the country, we've got scattered thunderstorms from the plains up to the Dakotas, and southern downpours very likely throughout the south today from Texas all the way to the Carolinas. Some severe at times, localized flooding may be possible. Daytime highs in the 80s and 90s for the south. 80s for most of the northeast with scattered thunderstorms rolling through Pennsylvania. Today in Hawaii, you'll hit the 80s, 50s in Alaska. And a severe drought is sweeping the Midwest this morning, with some equating it to the Oklahoma Dust Bowl. More than 1,000 places are being called natural disaster zones. Farmers in the region say their pastures and livestock are not getting the water they need. More than 60% of the mainland U.S. is under an extreme drought that is the highest percentage in 12 years. Let's talk about the weather forecast, as the storms will plague most of the nation today. It's going to look good on the West Coast with temperatures in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but then the storms will be prevalent through the Great Basin area, especially through the desert southwest, where the temperatures will be from the 90s to the 100s again today. Midsection of the country, record heat in store for the Central Plains all the way up to the Great Lakes. It's going to be another hot one in Chicago today. Throughout the southeast, stormy from New Mexico into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. You'll get rain as well today. Thunderstorms up the Atlantic seaboard, especially over the Carolinas and into the Virginias. Today for most of the country today will start out west. Monsoon season and desert thunderstorms in effect for the Great Basin area. Temperatures are going to stay in the 90s to the 100s. Look at all that rain activity all through the desert southwest, midsection of the country. You've got thunderstorms in your forecast as well, from Ohio all the way up to the Great Lakes. Throughout the south, Texas, throughout the deep south, you've got rain and thunderstorms in your forecast as well. Daytime highs in the 80s and 90s for most of the southeast. In fact, most of the southeast will be wet today, with flooding very possible. As we take a look at the northeast, Hurricane Amelia, not only is this gal far from land, but she is weakening by the minute. We'll tell you how far she's dropped from her Cat 4 status. New storm intel on Hurricane Amelia. It seems to be weakening. Hurricane trackers say the Pacific storm dropped from a Category 4 to a Cat 2 and is likely to weaken in the next 2 days as it hovers over the open ocean. Tropical storm Daniel near Hawaii also expected to fizzle out later today. Here is your national weather forecast. All eyes on the desert southwest, with temperatures hitting 125 degrees. The western heat is the big concern today. Heat advisories in effect for several desert areas because of the 125-degree plus heat throughout the desert, along with those thunderstorms. So this is the big concern. Four Corners area, you're going to get the most of it. Now, through the midsection of the country, going to be mostly dry and sunny. A few random pop-up thunderstorms throughout the Dakotas. Throughout the south, from Texas all the way through the southeast, scattered thunderstorms, some severe, very possible today. Temperatures in the 80s and 90s, getting close to that 100-degree mark. But thunderstorms aplenty all the way up to the Carolinas. And then we've got a few scattered thunderstorms over Pennsylvania today as well, with the daytime highs in the 80s and 90s, 80s in Hawaii, 50s in Alaska.